How's it going, guys, and welcome to today's video. As much fun as it would be to sit here and watch gas drain out of this tractor, I thought today would be a good day to run down to the ranch and check on the cows. Cows actually haven't been in a video for a while, so I thought that it would be good to run down, just show you guys how everybody's doing, and talk a little bit about what's on the horizon and the things that are about to happen out there. That's what we're doing today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. Before we head out to the pasture, I just want to make a quick stop up here at the barn and grab this mineral tub and move it out there with them. They changed pastures yesterday and I didn't get the tub moved, so got to do it today because I don't want them to go too long without. The bad news is that this water trough, mineral trough, whatever we're calling it, has probably got about 100 pounds or so worth of mineral in it still. So my plan now, in sort of a desperate attempt to save some money on this, I've got 2 bags of Wind and Rain here. It's just some of the regular Tractor Supply mineral, and then this green salt here, which has pretty decent mineral content. But my plan is to mix these 3 bags in here with what I've got left in the feeder, and hopefully having them all mixed together will give them adequate access to the different minerals that they need, and it won't be as expensive as just putting all Wind and Rain in there, because I kind of have a feeling that maybe they overeat the Wind and Rain just because they like the way it tastes. So hopefully this will just kind of slow them down to get them down to eating just what they actually need. All right, well, that seems like it's mixed up pretty good now. You know, as I was mixing it up, it kind of got me thinking that, you know, maybe it's not that they don't like that new green kind of mineral salt that I was giving them. Maybe their levels are starting to level out and they just don't need as much as they used to. That's what I would like to think, but we'll see how they go through this stuff. That ought to tell us. But hey, we did not come out here just to put mineral out. We came out here to check on these cows, so let's go do that. Well, I'm happy to report that since doing the mass treatment of antibiotics, we have still not seen any more problems out here. So hopefully all that's behind us now. But yeah, that was something, you know, that's kind of been on my mind here for the last, well, since all that was happening, is if this, you know, if we were out of the woods yet on that or not. And it's sort of cautiously optimistic. I'm going to say that, yeah, we probably are, because everybody out here to me looks really healthy. I know it's hard to judge size on camera. I think this is a steer, but yeah, this guy is a tank. Oh my goodness. How much do you weigh? You're probably 500 pounds right now, aren't you? And gentle too, which I appreciate. As I walk out here through some of these girls, I'm recognizing ear tags, numbers of a few that I was worried about and wasn't sure they were going to make it through that pneumonia outbreak we had. This calf right here is actually the first one that I noticed that I figured was good as dead. And you can see there's nothing wrong with her now. She's looking fine. I have to say I am really happy with that Hereford bull that we had the year before that sired a lot of these calves. You can tell the crossbred calves just look a lot better to me, except for the little runt there, but she don't really count. What's going on, Hank? How you doing? That steer right there might be the biggest one in the bunch. That's the hand that I was mixing up the mineral with. I think he likes the salty taste. Either that, or like I've said all along about Hank, he's just a big dog. Haven't had too many people ask about the bottle calf lately, but as you can see, he is doing fine and just probably as friendly as he's ever been. These two cows here, that's 38 and 18. They were two of the last ones that really gave me a scare. 18 was touch and go. I didn't know if she was gonna make it. But yeah, oh boy, they're good friends. But yeah, she's looking fine now. I think I've told you guys before, when you see animals out in a field like that grooming themselves or each other, that is a really good indication that all their needs are being met and they are feeling good. Some of you may remember number 13 as the heifer that we had to pull the calf on earlier in the year. She's doing good, and this red white face right here, that is the calf that I pulled. Hard to believe I was ever able to lift him up because he is huge now. All in all, things are pretty quiet out here, and that is fine by me because that means that everybody is happy, satisfied, and all their needs are being met, and obviously that's what we're shooting for out here. The future though is about to change because in 2 weeks I'll probably have to start supplementing them with some hay because the grass won't be able to keep up with their needs anymore. And then another 2 weeks after that, it'll be time to wean the calves. At that point, we'll be looking at vaccinations, and before you know it, we'll be moving them back over to the winter pasture. So all in all, even though it's really calm and quiet out here right now, I've actually got a lot of work coming up that I need to do to get ready for all these jobs that I have coming. So before we take off, I think I'm gonna go check out some of those jobs, kind of get a game plan and show you guys what's coming up. I think probably the top of my list is this little manger. This is something that I've been, you know how it goes, meaning to get on here the last few years, and I think we have finally reached a point where I can't put it off any longer. It is just getting, everywhere I look is just, there's another thing that needs to be fixed. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This whole manger line is just, it's old, it's rotten. You know, you can see these boards are not as strong as they should be. Boards are missing, nothing is straight. So yeah, it's like literally everywhere I look, it's something else that needs to be done. I let all these berry vines get way too tall here, and I don't want to have to step through those thorns every day when I go to feed calves. So the other thing that needs to change down here is that this manger is not going to be long enough anymore, because over the last few years we've built up our herd a little bit, and now we actually have more calves that we're going to wean this year than we've ever weaned before on this place. Originally, I think my grandpa only built this manger to handle about 30 calves or so. And this year we'll have 37 calves plus about 5 replacement heifers and 4 butcher steers. When there's not enough room for everybody to get up to the bunk, what'll happen is the same ones will get bullied out every day, and the same ones will go without feed every day. So those ones will usually end up getting really sick or skinny or both. So we definitely want to avoid that. In fact, I always like to leave, I'm sure there's a way to break it down into percentages, but like at the big manger, I like to have 5 to 10 extra slots out there just so I know that no matter what, a cow can always find a place to get her head in. And I'd like to do the same down here. You know, if we're gonna be feeding around, let's say 40 to 50 head at this manger at one time, I'd like to make enough slots for about 60 calves. So I count about 42 to 45 slots. It's kind of hard because down there at the end, I don't have the cross slats, so you just kind of guess how many calves could fit in there. Since I already plan to remove this rat's nest of panels and rotten boards and just garbage everywhere, this would probably be the easiest and best spot to add about 15 more spots to the manger. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big job, but it's definitely something that needs to get done, so now's the time to do it. Another thing that I would really like to get done before the cows go to the winter pasture and before the calves go to the market is to rebuild this loading chute. This isn't in the worst shape, but it's not in the best either. My biggest issue with it, other than being wood, I don't like wood corrals, but I need to get like something a little bit more permanent and better right here. I'd like to have a steel backup gate, because I've actually had one back into this wooden gate hard enough that they broke it. My dream for this loading chute, what I've been wanting to do for the last few years, is to extend it out and actually curve it around to where the end of it is, I don't know, maybe like right here, but facing this way. And that would make it so much easier for me to back the trailer just almost straight into it, rather than having to make this really sharp turn to try to hit where it's at now. I'm definitely gonna have to come through this manger and make a few repairs before I feed cows here again in the winter time. Mostly it's just going to be like these diagonal slats that they break off. I'll have to replace those. And actually it doesn't look too bad down here, but I know once we get outside that this is in really bad shape. These are, I mean, this is bad. This needs some major surgery. So I don't know if I want to try to repair the wood as it sits, or if I want to just go ahead and do this in metal, because I mean, honestly, that's the ultimate goal, is to get everything done in metal, and then I won't have to go through and repair things every year. So that would probably be the smart thing to do, but definitely the most expensive thing to do as well. Isn't that funny how that works? The last little job that I'm looking at here is I need to put some concrete in this little gap here. You can see that where they've been standing, they really have dug this out, and it's so deep on this end that the cows are actually having trouble reaching over here and getting the hay that's down on the ground on the other side. You can see where this bottom board is. Shoot, we're a good 10, maybe 12 inches down that they've dug this out, and that's just from standing here, pushing and reaching through. They've just dug all this dirt out. And I mean, really, it shouldn't be dirt. It should be concrete, because just for that very reason, because what they do. So yeah, we need to pour a little bit from the edge of this old slab right up to the new manger, and probably bring this slab all the way out to here and on back. As with most things, the priorities are definitely going to be winning out over the wants here. But yeah, if we put these wants off much longer, they're going to become priorities. As the lull of summer winds down, fall is going to have me kicking things back into high gear around here. Thanks for hanging out at the ranch with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.